Welcome to week 4 of the Iowa Conference Series here on YouTube. We are officially going to be a third of the way through the season already. Can't believe that. But what a great start to the season we've had. Our 4 user teams all having some great games. And before we get to our fantastic week 4 matchups, let's go ahead and take a look at the results we had last week in week 3. A couple of non-conference games. First of all, Ohio hit the road to Iowa City West, and the Trojans get a narrow win, 34-31. Starmont was all over Jacksonville State. It was a fun trip home for the Stars as they win 63-13. Waterloo West ran into a juggernaut as they hosted Maryland, falling 35-10. Well, it was an epic matchup as Cedar Falls beats Mississippi State 33-30 in double overtime. What a contest there. Grundy Center falls at home against Temple 37-24. In conference play, it's a defensive slugfest as Waterloo East outlasts Williamsburg 17-14. Cedar Rapids Prairie is no match for Iowa City High as they fall to the Little Hawks 30-6. My Don Bosco Dons hit the road and got their first win of the year as they take down Cedar Rapids Kennedy in Kingston Stadium 31-13. Waverly-Shell Rock hit the road to Central City and outlasted a game Wildcat squad 23-20. And to wrap up last week's action, Waterloo Columbus can't quite get it done at Solon as the Spartans get the win 37-34. Now, Starmont is off this week. They have their bye, but my Don Bosco Dons, as well as Waverly-Shell Rock and Cedar Falls, are all in action. So let's go ahead and get to the field now as we get started with our games here in week number 4. And we'll start at Lane Stadium as the 13th-ranked Don Bosco Dons go on the road in front of a hostile crowd. They're playing Enter Sandman as the Hokies take the field. Don Bosco ranked 13th in the nation, looking to pull off a road win in a tough stadium as they take on Virginia Tech. Hokies with the ball first, and this is a pretty good start. Duncan Stockton, the sophomore defensive lineman, gets the sack and forces a Hokie punt. Don Bosco gets the football for their first possession. They go to Zion Haywood, but on 3rd and inches, he is stuffed behind the line. Randy Kelly is going to try a 52-yard field goal, and he's got plenty of leg. It is good. 3-0 Don Bosco. They strike first, just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Don's back on defense, and Marcus Kill go with a great move on the right tackle as he picks up the sack. The Don Bosco defense has been fantastic so far in this one as they force the punt. And Zion Haywood, well, he had a big run here. Juke move as he's running away from tacklers, breaking another. He will not go down. Finally, the 5th Hokie to try gets him down, but it's a massive run for Haywood, and he would finish off this drive. On the direct snap, Haywood into the end zone from a yard out. Great start for Don Bosco. They're up 10-0 just over 2 minutes into the second quarter. And that Don Bosco defense on the other end of things, they just kept things rolling on that end. Hokies trying to get some offense going, but a fantastic move, and Marcus Kilgo comes in for another sack. It's Don Bosco's 3rd of the day already as they are going to get the football back. Jackson looking to throw, has C.J. Major wide open, but he overthrows him in the end zone. A sure thing touchdown is missed. They have to settle for a field goal. Rumor is Coach Warrington and his staff are getting frustrated with Jackson's inaccuracies, but they do get points. They're up 13-0. 2:30 to go until the half. Second half now as the Hokies will try a field goal, and that is good. John Love, good from 54 yards. The Hokies are on the board with the Dons lead 13-3. And here goes Zion Haywood. Gets a big hole, outruns a man, and he's got a massive gain, but there is a flag on the field. And that is going to be bad news for Don Bosco as holding is called. That play comes back, and they are forced to settle for a field goal try. Kelly, a 54-yarder. He has the leg, but it's wide left. No good. And the holding penalty ends up costing the Dons points as they still lead just 13-3. And here come the Hokies, finally getting the football moving to start the fourth quarter. The dump-off pass to Aiden Green as he's going to be taken down just outside the 10-yard line. And a couple plays later, the Hokies would finally strike. This is Mac Drummond on the handoff. 2 yards, untouched into the end zone, as all of a sudden this thing has gotten a little scary for the Dons. They're up just 3, 13-10, 9 minutes to play in the game. And they can't get anything going. Football back to Virginia Tech. Kilgo hits him as he throws. It bounces off a Virginia Tech helmet, and it's intercepted, and that's going to be a pick six. Stockton goes to the house. What a defensive play, as that has the Dons feeling a lot better late in this one. 5 minutes to play in the game. They lead 20-10. A massive play for that sophomore defensive lineman. And he had another one in him on this play. Belfort trying to throw, but Stockton gets to him again. The ball is loose. Virginia Tech does recover. They save possession, but they have third and very long. In the very next play, the Don Bosco Dons would strike again. A massive throw way down the field. Mel Wilson Morrell picks this one off, and he's got all sorts of speed and all sorts of room to return. Outruns a couple of Hokies. He's got a shot. 15, 10, 5, finally taken down at the 1-yard line. Nearly a pick six for the Dons, but they would get the football at the 1-yard line. And check out this play. Wildcat formation, a pop pass. Zion Haywood to Jerron Sunday, who struts his way into the end zone for the touchdown. 27-10 Don Bosco as they extend their lead late in this one. And that would be your final score as Don Bosco picks up an impressive road victory in a tough environment, 27-10 over Virginia Tech. Now we'll head over to Grundy Center where Cedar Falls, that Spartan Stadium, trying to get the road victory. Down 7-0, but Deshaun Wheeler finds Terrence Weeks, and he's down all the way to the 1-yard line. Tigers on the doorstep, and Ethan Hooks gets him in. 1-yard touchdown run for Hooks as he ties the game. Just over 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. We're knotted up at 7. The Tigers will get back inside the 1-yard line, and the fullback, Mac Bannister, finishes this drive off. It's another 1-yard touchdown run as it's 14-7 Tigers. 3 minutes to go until the break. That would be your halftime score as Cedar Falls takes the lead into the locker room, and they're looking to extend that in the second half. It's Weeks again, and this time he is gone. A 37-yard touchdown pass as Cedar Falls leads by 2 scores, 21-7. They are cruising in Grundy Center with a 2-touchdown advantage. Now check this out. A 59-yard field goal for the Spartans. It is good. Incredible kick there as the Spartans get back on the board. Now just down 21-10. Wheeler trying to extend that lead. Has all day in the pocket. Gets rid of it, but it's a mistake as that is intercepted. And the Spartans are going to get it back, trying to get something going here, down 21-10. They would end up getting back into field goal range. This one a much more reasonable 29-yard try. That one is up. It is perfect. It's a one-score game once again as Cedar Falls leads Grundy Center by 8, 21-13 as we head to the fourth quarter. Wheeler looking to throw, but it's a big mistake as that's intercepted. Jamison Dyer on the pick, and nobody's got a shot at catching him. He is gone for the touchdown. And after being down by 2 scores, the Spartans are now back within a 2-point conversion of tying this football game, and they will get a chance to do just that on the 2-point try. It's going to be a play-action pass on this one. Trouble for the Spartans. Trying to get out of there, but he's going to be taken down. Maverick Rouse, one of the linebackers, comes up and gets him. As the 2-point conversion is no good, Tigers maintain their lead, but it's back to the Spartans now. And the pass is complete to the tight end, James Erickson, who gets inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. Spartans threatening to take their first lead since the first quarter. And the next play, they will do just that. A 2-yard touchdown run gives the Spartans a 26-21 advantage with 3.5 minutes to play in the game. And now it's stressful times for Cedar Falls. He's hit as he throws his Wheeler, and it's a diving interception as that is big trouble for the Tigers. The Spartans, with 2 minutes to play in the game, it's a pop pass, and there is nothing but green grass ahead of them. It's a 51-yard touchdown on the pop pass for Grundy Center as they take a 2-score lead. Cedar Falls wouldn't quit, still fighting until the last whistle. A touchdown there to Traylon Ray to get back within a score, but it was too little too late as Cedar Falls falls to Grundy Center on the road, 33-28. And we'll finish off this episode at GoHawk Stadium as Waverly-Shell Rock takes on Bowling Green in non-conference action. And in the first play from scrimmage, Bowling Green trying to get some extra yards after contact, but it's a disaster for the Falcons as the ball is loose and Nazir Shaw falls on it. That would lead to a Brett Dubose 2-yard touchdown run. As the GoHawks strike first, they lead 7-0 with 7.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter of play in Waverly. Bowling Green threatening on their next possession, but the GoHawks sending the pressure, and it gets home. That's Ashton Maxwell Jr. that gets home for the sack. 7-0 Waverly-Shell Rock, our score after a quarter. Just before the half, the GoHawks trying to get back on the board, but the run is stuffed, and that is the half. They can't score before the break as they lead 10-6 halfway through this one. Second half now, and the GoHawks trying to add some more points. Taylor Hermanson, the quarterback, takes off in the scramble, but he loses the football, and it's recovered by the Falcons. The score remains 10-6. GoHawks unable to add to their lead. as the Falcons are within a single possession, and they would try to take the lead here in the fourth quarter on 4th and goal, but pressure right away, and the sack is made. David Tholen the fourth with the turnover on downs, and they would go to Anderson inside the 1 yard line, and this time the fullback plunges in for the score. That extends the Go Hawk lead with less than a minute to play in the game. Waverly-Shell Rock leads 17-6 as they look to make it 3 straight victories to begin the season. Defensively, they need another stop, and this would do the job. Dontrell Brockwell with the pick for Waverly-Shell Rock as that seals the deal for the Go Hawks, but their offense wasn't done trying to put up points yet. On the next offensive possession after the interception, Hermanson with the pop pass to Josh Wright McGee. It's perfectly blocked. He's got a wide open path to the end zone, but he stops at the 1 yard line and he's taken down from behind. And that would set up another touchdown for the big fullback, Anderson. And somehow Waverly-Shell Rock scores again in the final 10 seconds. They win this contest by a final of 30-6. And before we finish this episode off, do want to give one more quick check on our standings. Starmont and Waverly-Shell Rock are tied for first place in the Iowa Conference. They are both 2-0 in the conference, 3-0 overall. Don Bosco is 1-1 in conference play. They got the non-conference victory this week, so they are 2-1 overall. Cedar Falls also 2-1 overall, but 0-1 in conference play as they lose their conference opener on the road at Grundy Center. So Starmont and Waverly-Shell Rock tied for first, Don Bosco third, and Cedar Falls fourth through 4 weeks of the regular season. We'll be back with some more great action next week in Week 5 as we are already nearing the midway point of the year. So we'll have all that for you coming up in the next episode in Week 5. Be sure to tune in. Thanks so much for watching.